temporal lobe is one of 4 sections of the brain that makes up the cerebral cortex. Located on the left and right sides, the temporal lobe processes sensory stimuli from the eyes and ears. As a combat sports specialist, I often aim for the temporal lobes. A punch to the left or right temple often causes a loss of balance and disorientation. The temporal lobe processes sensory stimuli from the eyes and ears, so it makes sense that someone might be quite rattled after getting hit in the temple. Another good punch to land is right behind the ear. This can have almost a blackout type of effect. Knowing this, it makes sense that externally applied magnetic fields might cause visual or auditory hallucinations. The primary auditory cortex is within the temporal lobe. The auditory cortex is wired to respond to external frequencies. Some frequencies can't be heard, but the brain might still be picking up on them, trying to interpret the source and reason for the stimulus. For some people, this might cause visual or auditory hallucinations. The auditory cortex is essential for speech, including the processes of comprehension and verbal memory. The temporal lobe also contains the neural networks required for memory of objects, faces, and detailed settings and scenery. Portions of the temporal lobe, specifically the hippocampus, play a large role in the ability of an individual to navigate spatially and remember places they've been before. A damaged hippocampus might result in a predisposition for getting lost. Sometimes I go places and try to get lost just for the fun of it. I don't think I'm lost yet. Given the wide range of functioning of the temporal lobes, it's no wonder electromagnetic frequencies can cause problems for the brain. People who live next to electromagnetic frequencies emitted from telephone lines often report higher incidences of cancer and mental illness. Wi-Fi routers, TV, microwaves, computers, printers, cable boxes, they're all especially invasive of the body's natural resonant frequencies. Geomagnetic stress from underground aquifers, streams, and fault lines can also cause external electrical interference in the brain. This is an example of geomagnetic or geopathic stress. It's a small stream that runs between 2 mountains. If you brought a compass here, you might pick up some funky things going on. Also, watch out for sinkholes. They often indicate an underlying aquifer or fault line. Fault lines used to be called fairy trails because of the funny energetic imbalances many people felt in the vicinity. Speaking of fairy trails, I'll find one out here soon enough.